Beneath the quiet skies of Wisconsin, nestled between the whispering cornfields and the shadowed woods, lies a stretch of road that harbors a secret as old as the tales that cling to the moonlit nights. This is Bray Road, a rural thoroughfare that has etched its name into the pages of supernatural lore, not for its scenic beauty, but for the creature that is said to roam its edges, a beast of legend that walks the fine line between animal and nightmare. Welcome to Legends, Lore, and Lies podcast, where today we delve into the mystery of the Bray Road Monster. In the heart of Elkhorn, Wisconsin, whispers of a wolf-like creature have stirred the imaginations and fears of locals and strangers alike. It's a story that begins in the shadows of the 1930s and finds its way into the bright glare of the modern day. A tale that has grown in telling, fed by sightings, fears, and the unquenchable thirst for the unknown. But what is the Bray Road Monster? Is it a throwback to a time when beasts of myth roamed the earth, a misidentified animal, or something far more sinister? Our journey tonight takes us back to the origins of this modern myth, to a time when a local newspaper, the Walworth County Week, set out to uncover the truth behind the reports of a werewolf-like creature terrorizing the night. The story they uncovered was one of intrigue, fear, and the unbreakable bond between a community and the legend that haunts it. From the early whispers of Mark Shackleman in the 1930s to the chilling accounts of Lori and Drizzy in the late 20th century, the Bray Road Monster has captured the imagination of all who hear its tale. As we peel back the layers of this mystery, we will explore the facts known, the legends woven, and the personal encounters that bring the Bray Road Monster to life. From the eerie, silent nights where only the brave or foolish tread, to the daylight sightings that challenge our understanding of the natural world, each story adds a thread to the tapestry of this creature's lore. The chronicles begin in the 1930s with a solitary figure, Mark Shackleman, whose encounter on a quiet night would set the stage for decades of mystery. Standing on sacred ground, Mark faced a creature that defied explanation, a being that spoke in a voice that bridged the gap between the living and the spectral. His story, while unique, is but the first thread in a complex web of encounters that span the years. Fast forward to the late 20th century, when the quiet town of Elkhorn became the epicenter of a cryptid craze. The 1980s and 90s saw a surge in sightings, with eyewitnesses describing a large, wolf-like beast, its eyes glowing with an otherworldly light. Lori and Drizzy's 1989 encounter stands out, a creature of the night caught in the glare of headlights. A vision so startling that it drove her to seek answers in the pages of history. These accounts, while chilling, are corroborated by a string of similar encounters. Witnesses describe a creature of imposing stature, often standing on two legs, with fur that shrouds its form and eyes that pierce the darkness. Its movements suggest a predator, agile and powerful, yet the nature of its existence remains shrouded in mystery. Skeptics and believers alike have wrestled with evidence. Could these sightings be mere misidentifications of local wildlife? Or is there something more to the tale? The physical evidence, deep claw marks on vehicles, large, unidentified footprints suggest a presence that cannot be easily dismissed. The Bray Road Monster, with its purported ability to walk on two legs and distinctly lupine features, mirror these ancient myths, yet it also stands apart in a distinctly American legend, one that has been shaped by the land and the people who inhabit it. The tales of its sightings, while rooted in the physical, stretch into the realm of the symbolic, offer a canvas upon which our modern anxieties, fears, and curiosities about the natural world and our place within are painted. But the lore of the Bray Road Monster isn't just a retelling of ancient werewolf myths. It is a living, breathing part of the community's identity. For the people of Elkhorn and the surrounding areas, the beast on Bray Road is a reminder of the mysteries that exist just beyond the reach of our headlights, in the shadows of the cornfields and the silence of the woods. It is a story that binds the community together, a shared experience that transcends the individual. Mark Shackleman's encounter with the Beast of Bray Road in 1936 is one of the earliest documented sightings of this cryptid. As a night watchman at St. Coletta School for Exceptional Children in Jefferson, Wisconsin, Shackleman stumbled upon a creature while it was digging at an ancient burial mound. He described the beast as having a dog-like appearance, but was too large to be the common wolf or dog. On the first night, when Mark approached, the creature stood on its hind legs, revealing a height of at least 6 feet with a muscular body that resembled a man's. Yet, it was covered in fur and had a canine face. The creature growled at him, emitting a sound that was a mix of human and animal, before it fled into the woods. The following night, Mark encountered the beast again at the same location, where it once again stood on its hind legs, growled in a half-human manner, and then disappeared into the forest. Lori and Drizzy's encounter with the Beast of Bray Road in 1989 stands out as one of the most notable sightings that further fueled the legend of this mysterious creature. On a fall evening, while driving along Bray Road, Lori noticed what she initially thought to be a human figure kneeling or hunched at the roadside. As she slowed down for a closer look, she discovered it wasn't a person, but a rather large, wolf-like creature with distinctive figures. This creature was covered in gray-brown fur and possessed fangs and pointed ears, resembling a wolf more than a human. She recounted that the beast's eyes glowed yellow, an eerie detail that struck her especially because her headlights weren't reflecting off them at that moment. Remarkably, she observed that the creature seemed to be holding something with its palms up, a posture atypical for any known local wildlife. Its muscular build, human-like fingers adorned with claws, and the lack of a visible tail further compounded the mystery. Despite being in close proximity, about 6 feet away, for approximately 45 seconds, she could clearly see the beast's back legs positioned behind it as though it were kneeling, offering a chilling, human-like posture mixed with animalistic traits. Now, imagine a quiet night on Bray Road, thick with silence, a perfect setting for an encounter that would become part of Wisconsin's cryptid lore. On this night, in 1999, a local resident named Doris Gibson was driving home. As her headlights sliced through the darkness, they caught a figure moving at the road's edge. A large, imposing creature, with eyes that reflected the light with intense ferocity. Described as kneeling beside the road, the creature turned its head towards Doris, revealing a gaze that seemed to capture the wild, untamed essence of the natural world. Startled, she sped away, but the image of the creature, its humanoid form coupled with wolf-like features, remained vividly etched into her memory. A stark reminder of the night when the ordinary was shattered by the extraordinary. Then there's the tale of the hunter, waiting silently in the woods. The quiet, so profound, it is as if the earth itself was holding its breath. Suddenly the air changes, and there, standing on 2 legs, is a creature that defies classification, a being that is neither man nor wolf, but something in between. The hunter and the beast lock eyes, and for a moment, the world narrows down to that single, electrifying point of contact. Then, as quickly as it appeared, the creature vanishes into the woods, leaving behind a story that would ripple through the community, a tale of the uncanny encounter that blurs the boundaries between man and myth. These stories, and many others like them, form the tapestry of personal encounters that have built the legend of the Bray Road Monster. Each account, unique in its details, yet bound by a common thread of awe and fear, adds depth to the mystery, inviting us to question the nature of the reality we take for granted. But what happens when we turn the lens of science upon these tales of the supernatural? Can the tools of reason and rationality illuminate the shadows where the Bray Road Monster resides? Or do they simply deepen the mystery, revealing the limits of our understanding? The scientific community approaches phenomenon like the Bray Road Monster with a critical eye, seeking tangible evidence that can withstand the rigor of empirical scrutiny. Skeptics argue that the many sightings of cryptids like our Bray Road beast could be, as always said, misidentifications of known animals. Perhaps a bear with mange, as suggested by some, given its emaciated appearance and unusual gait. Others post that the creature might be a large dog or wolf, its features distorted by the interplay of shadow and fear. Yet, for every rational explanation, there are elements of the Bray Road sightings that resist easy categorization. Witnesses describe behaviors and physical characteristics that seem to defy the habits of Wisconsin's known wildlife. The creature reported bipedal stance, its massive size, and those haunting, glowing eyes are details that fuel the fire of the mystery, compelling us to consider possibilities beyond the mundane. But what is supernatural? For centuries, human cultures have been enthralled by the idea of creatures that exist on the fringes of our understanding. The Bray Road Monster finds its place among these legends, a modern manifestation of ancient werewolf lore, perhaps, or something entirely new. For believers, the supernatural explanation offers a window into a world where the impossible becomes possible, where the veil between realms grows thin, and the creatures of our nightmares walk the earth. The Bray Road Monster, like all cryptids, occupies a special place in the human imagination, a symbol of the unexplained and a beacon for our curiosity. It challenges us to question what we believe is possible in the natural world, and to consider the stories we share as a reflection of our deepest fears and greatest wonders. I want to thank you, brave listeners, for joining me on this adventure. Your curiosity and passion for the unexplained make this podcast what it is, a journey into the heart of mystery and legend. And now I turn to you. Do you have a story to share? Have you encountered the unexplained, or do you have a local legend that sends shivers down your spine? I invite you to share your tales and experiences. Reach out through our YouTube channel, our Discord server, or email. Your story could be featured in a future episode, adding another thread to our ever-growing tapestry of tales.